Oh, hi there. I hear you've been looking for some great breakfast recipes, so here's a brilliant one. Breakfast burritos, my friends, one of my favorite breakfasts, and it's a brilliant breakfast that you can take on the go. So, we're gonna start off with the core ingredients. You've got some parboiled potatoes, some chorizo, and a little bit of bacon. So, pan on, and then we're gonna start off with the chorizo. We're gonna fry this until it gets a nice kind of golden sizzling color, and then we'll go in with our bacon and we'll have nice crispiness. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I actually don't want too much color on my chorizo. I just want it to still be nice and tender. So we're going to transfer this out onto our plate. Don't be afraid of leaving some of those lovely chorizo oils in the pan because they're going to add lovely flavor when it comes to adding our eggs in here. We're going straight in there with the bacon, and it's going to get coated in all those lovely chorizo oils. It's also going to add its own salty flavor to the pan, and then it's time for our lovely potatoes. Bacon is looking good. We're going to get rid of that. Straight onto our chorizo, and into that pan, which still has quite a bit of the oil, I'm adding some parboiled potatoes. The trick with these potatoes is to make sure that you use waxy ones rather than floury ones because they'll hold their shape better. I'm looking for a nice crispy edge to my potatoes, and to them I'm going to add a sprinkle of smoked paprika, which essentially is going to give you the same sort of flavor that's going on in the chorizo. It also adds a nice bit of color in there. Give it a quick stir. You're looking for them to be nice and crispy. Now, while these are frying off, we're going to crack on with some pico de gallo, which is essentially a Mexican salsa, and it comprises of some chopped tomatoes. I'm adding in some finely chopped white onion, a little bit of chili for a bit of heat, and to this, we're going to bring it together with some coriander or cilantro and a little bit of lime juice. Now, to get the best out of your limes, if you have a really stiff lime, give it a roll on the board like this, and it loosens all the juice. Slice it up, and you have a juicy, loosey lime. Squeeze it in there, get all that flavor going on. And then you cannot do this without a bit of cilantro or coriander. It is one of my favorite herbs, and it's an essential Mexican herb. You've got to get it in there. So, good handful of that being picked up here. Just tear that off and give it a rough chop with a knife. And you have instant pico de gallo. I'm going to season it up with a tiny pinch of salt. And I'm also going to give it a nice extra kick. I know there's chili in there already, but I love the smoky flavor from some chipotle Tabasco. So, little dash of that going in. Okay, we've got our pico de gallo, we've got our bacon, we've got our chorizo, we've got our potatoes, which are crisping up beautifully. And now it's time for our eggs. So I've got 4 eggs, just lightly whisking it in a bowl and into a hot pan with just a touch of oil. I'm going to scramble this up, let it set a little bit on the bottom, and then start pulling that in and around. Always make your scrambled eggs in a non-stick pan. It'll make your life much easier. And as you can see, in a matter of moments, my scrambled eggs are now done. Take them off the heat as soon as you can. You don't want them to overcook. Assembling the burrito is up to you, and you can do it whatever way you want, but I'm going to wrap mine up so I have closed ends at either side, which means that you have a burrito that's good to take on the go. Now, I'm also heating up a griddle pan, so we're just going to give some nice char marks once this is assembled. But now, we got to go in there with some of our potatoes, some of our bacon, and some of our chorizo. Oh, and I nearly forgot. We're going in there with some avocado too. First, with some of this lovely salty bacony potato mixture. So, straight across the base here. Now, the trick with this is not to overfill your burrito because otherwise it makes your life a little bit harder when it comes to wrapping it up. So, a little bit of the filling. Just pile it on up. We're gonna grab some of our eggs and then grab up a little bit of cheese. I've got some cheddar cheese here, but you can use whatever cheese you like. And this goes wonderfully stringy and melted once you get this onto the pan. So a little bit of that. And then for a little fresh maker along the side, I've got some of this lovely pico de gallo. So just grab a tiny bit of avocado. I'm just taking little chunks of it and putting it in and around this fantastic burrito. And now comes the tricky part. We're going to try and roll this up with either side. So take your time with it and then just pull it together. Might be a few little bits that fall out, but don't worry about it. Just get them out of the way. Okay, once it's neatly parceled up, get it straight onto that smoking griddle pan. And you want to take a fish slice or a spatula like this and just press it down. You're looking for deep char marks and for all that cheese in there to be beautiful and melted. My friends, we are in business. Look at those beautiful char marks. And once it's nice and hot like this, it's time to slice it open and see what we're looking at. Straight down the middle, and this is what it's all about. Beautiful interior, avocado, potatoes, eggs. This is your ultimate breakfast burrito. And now I gotta see how it tastes. Oh yeah. You've got the spiciness of that chorizo sausage, the freshness of the pico de gallo, and then beautifully cooked eggs. This is proper breakfast food on the go. I hope that you'll give it a go. If you want the full recipe, you can check it out in the link below over on my website. Make sure to like, subscribe to this channel, and of course, leave me a comment letting me know if you'll try this fantastic breakfast burrito. Until then, my friends, see you soon. That's it now. Off you go.